Chris, Trenton, congratulations. You've both made it to the final round and are one step closer to $10,000. So far, you've come to our forge and you've made a weapon of your choosing. Now, you're gonna head back to your home forge and you're gonna create a weapon of our choosing. And that mystery weapon is the Chakram. The Chakram is an Indian throwing weapon which dates back hundreds of years. Warrior Sikhs would throw it like a frisbee or spin it at high speeds on their fingers before launching it into the enemy. Weapon of the Hindu god Vishnu, its exotic nature has resulted in it appearing in TV and movies. Odd Job's lethal bowler hat in the James Bond movie Goldfinger was a variation of the weapon, as was Xena's weapon of choice in the cult TV series. The Indian warriors would wear multiple chakrams into battle, carrying them around their arms, their necks, and even stacked high on their heads in specially designed turbans. We will see you in 5 days.
My name is Trenton Ty. I am not Trent, who is a blacksmith. I am Trent, the blacksmith. What I had to do is go to the junkyard and find a very particular piece for a jig. A particular item to allow you to very carefully control the contours of the item you're working on. In laying under some oak trees, I find an old oxygen tank. And so what we have now is our chakram form. Next, I actually welded a stop, just someplace to give me some leverage. I'm gonna heat the bar and start bending it around my jig. So now I need to weld these pieces together. And there we go. We have a hoop formed. This is going to be my base material for my braided handle. Normally use it for knife handles, but I'm gonna be using this for the middle of our chakram. And there she is. The last thing that I'm going to do is focus on making her pretty. This is going to be so kick-ass.
My name is Christopher Farrell. Being a professional bladesmith, you don't make a lot of money. Winning this competition would make the next year of operation costs a lot easier to shoulder. I don't have anything in my shop to accommodate this shape. Most people would probably have a jig set up so that they could pull this around a lot easier. I don't have a jig, so I've been doing a combination of rounding it on the horn of the anvil and using the bevel to help round it further. Pretty close. I'm done with the initial shaping. The only issues that I think I may run into is forge welding the seam of the chakram because it might get burned. The heat is very inconsistent. It's very difficult to control precisely where you're heating up in a charcoal forge. You're kidding me, right? You're burned. Got too hot somewhere else, not hot enough where the weld needed to happen. So I'm going to cut out the sections of the chakram that were ruined and weld on a new section. And being a guy who works mostly with hand tools, I want to see if I can pull it off. It'll work out, or it won't. Well, it ain't perfect, but...
For the strength test, we're going to take your chakrams and see if it was designed well as a throwing weapon. We're going to use a specially designed mechanical device that will launch your weapon into the sugar canes because sugar canes have similar consistency as human limbs. If your weapon can cut cleanly through a sugar cane, that would indicate that you have a weapon that would do mass destruction in the field of battle. This device here is calibrated so that every throw is going to be the same for each of your designs. Chris, you're first. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
In 3, 2, 1, engage!
That's cool.
Well, Chris, it cut 2 sugar canes. I see no indentations on the edges here. This will cause maximum damage in the battlefield. Good job.
Fantastic, thank you.
Okay, Trenton, you're up next. In 3, 2, 1, engage!
I watch mine just kind of do an overarching arc, just a bloop. It hits the sugar cane very low, just a couple of inches off the ground. However, it shears them, and that means I'm good.
Well, Trenton, because of the weight, obviously it didn't fly out as high, but it did cut. This definitely will be an ankle cutter.
Trenton's piece, it's still cut-ish.
Now for the kill test. The Chakram is primarily a throwing weapon. However, in close quarter combat, sometimes throwing a weapon is not an option. Trenton, you're up first. This is designed to be a handle, correct?
Yes, sir.
So in order to keep myself safe, I'm gonna hold the handle, and I have to protect the back of my arm with this. So on the design alone, that's a concern. Let's find out what it does. Well, Trenton, that performed quite well. It cut some ribs, and it disemboweled the dummy. It will kill. Good job, Trenton. Chris, you're up next.
Excellent.
Wow, well, it really opened him up in the belly here, so he's totally disemboweled. Definitely cut through all the way and broke a rib. It'll kill.
You have both performed outstandingly. However, there can only be one winner of $10,000. Chris, you are the Forged in Fire champion. Congratulations. Trenton, unfortunately, your weapon did not make the cut.
Chakram has to be a light, fast weapon, so I have some problems with the weight of that weapon. And once you added that handle in the middle, you left the realm of Chakram and went into the realm of fantasy. And it kills me because I love looking at it. But when it came down to a Chakram that would work in combat, it had to go to Chris.
Trenton, please surrender your weapon.
No, of course I'm disappointed. Fought real hard.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. Man, Chris, he did an awesome job. That's the kind of person you want to lose to.
Chris, congratulations. You will receive a check for $10,000.
Congratulations, Chris. In function and form and historical accuracy, your blade performed the best.
I'm a little in shock. Chris isn't here anymore. Please leave a message.